The traction control and the ABS light would not go off on this thing. And so I tracked it down, and apparently there's wheel speed sensors, ABS sensors, built into the wheel bearing in this Lacrosse. Luckily, the computer was showing what side it was. It showed right front, so that's going to be your passenger side. It's always as you're sitting in the driver's seat. So right front's going to be the passenger side front. And so I got down there looking at the bearing. Everything on the bearing looked good. But the wiring harness to it, here it is. The wiring harness to it did not look good at all. So I ordered a new wiring harness. I ordered a pack of 2 just in case. And but anyway, you can see the brakes in it. So I clipped that out. Obviously, you just unclip your sensor and pull it down, and then you just follow your wire back. It's got this wire loom all the way down, and this is actually a hard sheathing. I don't know if it's supposed to be, if it just got hard over the years, or if it was made that way, but it's very hard and brittle. But anyway, I just clipped it right here, as you can see. Clean snip there, and I peeled back, cut back some of this down there, and I took the new sensor wire I got, and it won't plug in. This is how it comes. This is the end of it. So you have to splice into the wire to make it work. So anyway, I found a good place that I could get to it to make a good splice on it, and have plenty of room to get to it, and it was past all the breaks. And cut the old one off, cut the new one off where I had enough room, spliced the 2 wires together. No, I didn't take any video of that because I could barely see and get into there myself. It's back behind the wheel, obviously, and then it goes up, into the engine bay, but behind the wheel and all the way down on the subframe. So it's not easy to get to. So that's why I'm showing you this instead of showing you me putting it in. But anyway, it's very simple. You just cut your old one off, cut your new one off at the same place you want the, to have enough room to splice in. And just splice the 2 wires together, plug the wiring harness in, and that's it. That's all there is to it. And it worked for me. It cut the codes off. They're no longer coming up. It was a hard code, so it come on as soon as the car come on, and it stayed on the whole time, never went off. So even when I cleared the codes, it just stayed on there. It was the traction control and the ABS light. So anyway, that's how I fixed it. Just spliced in a new wiring harness, and it worked great. Lights off. Now we're ready to go. I did get the catalytic converter for this. Like I said, the catalytic converter's bad. I got up under there. I've been spraying it with penetrant for 4 days. Got up under there with a ratchet and a breaker bar, and I just know that I'm going to break them bolts off if I keep going. So I'm going to take it to a shop where, I don't have a lift here at the house. So I'm going to take it to a shop where they can put it up on a lift, get easier access to it. And, if they break the bolts off, it's on them. So but they'll have easier access to it, so it'll be easier for them to do it without breaking the bolts. So hopefully that's what happens. I'm just going to take this cat up there, take it up there. I haven't found a particular shop I'm going to use yet. I'm just going to go with the cheapest guy because, if they break anything, it's their fault anyway. So, but I will use a reputable company, obviously. I got 2 in mind that have been in my city for, like 70 years. So I know they're good, reputable companies. They've got 5-star reviews. So I'll bring it to one of them. I'll get the new cap put in. I do have the new cap right here. That's the flex joint. And the flex joint went bad in mine, so the whole exhaust is just kind of rattling. But anyway, and that's where the O2 sensor goes. But that's what the cat looks like on this thing. And unless you can get lucky and find one on eBay, they're pretty expensive. I got lucky and found one on eBay. But anyway, what happens is this flex joint gives out. It looks different in this, and I don't know if I'll be able to get you down in there to see it. Let me get some light. Okay. So you can't really see it, I don't guess. It's very hard to get to. But anyway, there's a flex joint right there behind that coupling. You can kind of see it. What happens is that flex joint gives out, and then the exhaust just sags. And with it sagging, it's very close to the ground for one, and it pulls, makes the exhaust shorter, so it pulls it out of the rubber mounts in the back, and your exhaust just sits there and rattles all the time because it's not properly pinned up. So. But not only that, that's not the only thing that's wrong with this cat. It is clogged up. It is throwing a code. So that'll fix all the problems in one. So I'll come back when we get that done. The only thing we got left to do now is clean this thing up. And I'm probably going to put a window regulator in this thing. It does have, you can see somebody put like a dice or something there, and a pencil here to hold the window up. So it's got a bad window regulator in it, and I'm probably going to go ahead and put that in there because I just can't help myself. I can't sell something with something broke, as you can tell, because we've done all kinds of stuff to this car by now. But yeah, we'll come back when I either get the cat put in or get the regulator put in, or when I'm putting the regulator in. And also when I go to detail this car and get it ready to sell.